At this stage in life, one truth becomes clearer than ever. Time is no longer an endless resource. Each day carries a deeper significance. For those in their 50s, 60s, and beyond, there's often a sense of reflection. Wondering what comes next. You've spent decades working, building a career, raising a family. Now, as you step into your later years, you might ask yourself, what is my purpose now? But this isn't a question of despair. It's an awakening. It's the moment to recognize the immense value of these years. Society often tells us that the golden years are a time to slow down, to rest. But resting shouldn't mean waiting for the end. It should mean celebrating the freedom that comes from a life well lived. These years, if embraced, can become the most fulfilling chapter of your life. A time of deep joy, meaningful connections, and personal growth. Imagine starting each day with excitement, knowing that every moment is an opportunity to create something beautiful. That's what we're here to explore today. How you can shift your perspective, prioritize happiness, and make every day count. If you enjoy this kind of content, don't forget to like this video and comment with a 2 for love. If you think we can improve, drop a heart and a 7 in the comments so we can do better in the next video. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button on our channel after 7080 for more valuable insights to help you live your best life. Now, let's dive in. Are you ready to make these years your masterpiece? Stay tuned because we're about to show you how. Your time is precious. Make it count. Think about this. When was the last time you truly paused to savor a sunrise? As we grow older, time takes on a new meaning. Gone are the days when weeks blurred into months and years felt infinite. Now, every moment carries a weight, a significance we couldn't fully grasp when we were younger. But here's the empowering truth. This is your time to embrace life with intention. Instead of seeing these years as the final chapter, think of them as the start of a new book. What story do you want to write? For years, you may have placed your happiness on hold, putting family, work, and responsibilities ahead of your own fulfillment. But now, the freedom you've worked so hard to earn is finally here. This is your moment to take the reins and decide what truly matters to you. Let's get practical. What are 3 things you've always dreamed of doing but never made time for? Maybe it's traveling to see the 4 leaves in Vermont, finally taking that pottery class in a local community center, or simply spending more time with your grandchildren in the backyard. No dream is too small or too big. The time you have left is precious. Treat it like the rarest treasure. Here's a question for you. If you could wake up tomorrow and live your perfect day, what would it look like? Share your vision in the comments. We'd love to hear how you plan to make every moment count. Happiness can't wait. Find it now. Have you ever caught yourself saying, "I'll be happy when..." Maybe you thought joy would come after the kids were grown, the mortgage was paid off, or retirement finally arrived. But here's the truth. Happiness isn't something that waits at the finish line of life's milestones. It's not a reward you unlock. It's a gift you choose to open every single day. Think about this. What brings you joy right now in this very moment? It doesn't have to be grand. Maybe it's the smell of coffee brewing in the morning, the laughter of a loved one, or the peace of watching the sunset from your porch. The magic of happiness lies in the small, everyday moments we often overlook. So, why wait for someday when happiness is already within your reach? Here's a powerful thought. Every day you spend waiting for the perfect moment is a day you could have spent living in joy. Instead of saying, "I'll be happy when," start asking yourself, "What makes me happy today?" Take a walk in the park, listen to your favorite song, or simply sit quietly and savor the moment. Whatever it is, embrace it fully. Because happiness isn't found in the future. It's found right here, right now. Let me ask you, What's one small thing you can do today that would bring a smile to your face? Share it in the comments, and let's inspire each other to live with more joy. Remember, happiness doesn't wait, neither should you. Redefining your purpose, it's never too late. For much of your life, your purpose may have been tied to your work, your family, or your responsibilities. You might have been a teacher, a nurse, a business owner, or a parent, and those roles gave you a sense of identity and meaning. But now, as you step into this new phase, it's time to ask yourself, who am I beyond those roles? The answer might surprise you. Purpose isn't something you leave behind when you retire. It's something you redefine. It's about discovering what lights you up inside and makes you feel alive. For some, it might mean volunteering at a local shelter or mentoring young people who can benefit from your wisdom. For others, it could be as simple as pursuing a hobby you never had time for, like painting, gardening, or playing the piano. Consider the story of Linda, a retired librarian in Denver, Colorado. After 35 years of working surrounded by books, she started a community book club for seniors in her neighborhood. What began as a casual meeting of 5 people has grown into a vibrant group of 20, sharing not just stories but friendships. Linda found a new sense of purpose simply by bringing people together and sharing something she loves. Here's a thought. Purpose doesn't have to be something monumental. It can be found in the small, meaningful moments: planting a garden, calling an old friend, or learning something new. What's important is that it resonates with you and brings you joy. So, I'll ask you, if you could wake up tomorrow with a new purpose, what would it be? Is it something you've been dreaming about or something waiting for you to discover? Share your thoughts in the comments, and let's explore the endless possibilities together. Remember, it's never too late to live a life of purpose. Your best chapters may still be unwritten. Stop waiting for permission. Live your life now. How many times in your life have you waited for permission to do something? Maybe you held back because you didn't want to upset others or because you thought, it's not the right time yet. But here's the truth. You don't need anyone's approval to live your life. You've spent decades working hard, raising a family, and meeting expectations. Now is your time, and you've earned the right to enjoy it fully. Think about this. If joy for you means taking that trip to the Grand Canyon, planting a garden filled with roses, or simply spending quiet afternoons reading by the fireplace, why wait? Life doesn't come with a permission slip. You don't need to justify your choices to anyone, not now. It's not selfish to prioritize your happiness. In fact, it's essential. By taking care of your own joy, you become a more positive, loving presence for the people around you. Let me share a story. Frank, a retired accountant from Chicago, always dreamed of learning to play the guitar. But for years he told himself it wasn't practical, that he was too old to start something new. Finally, at 68, he signed up for lessons. A year later, Frank now spends his weekends playing at small gatherings, bringing music and smiles to his family and friends. His only regret, not starting sooner. So let me ask you this. What have you been putting off because you felt you needed permission? Is it a dream you've kept on the back burner, or a hobby you've always wanted to try? Whatever it is, make today the day you say yes to yourself. Share your answer in the comments below, and let's inspire each other to stop waiting and start living. Your life is yours. Don't let it pass by unclaimed. The happiness advantage. The real fountain of youth. What if I told you that the key to staying young isn't found in a bottle of expensive cream or a strict fitness routine, but in something far simpler: happiness? Research has shown that people who embrace joy live longer, healthier, and more fulfilling lives. It's called the happiness advantage, and it's something you can tap into at any age. When you're happy, your body responds in incredible ways. Your immune system strengthens. Your mind becomes sharper, and you're more likely to stay active and connected to the world around you. Happiness isn't just a state of mind, it's a state of health. And the best part, it doesn't require a prescription or a big bank account. It starts with appreciating the small moments that bring you joy. Think about this. When was the last time you laughed so hard your sides hurt? Or when you felt a deep sense of peace just sitting in your backyard, listening to the birds? These moments are the real fountain of youth. They energize you, uplift you, and make life worth living. Take Martha, a retired teacher from Seattle. After years of putting everyone else's needs first, she decided to start her mornings with a simple ritual. A walk around her neighborhood park. With every step, she practiced gratitude for the fresh air, the beauty of the trees, and the kindness of strangers she met along the way. Martha's daily walks not only improved her physical health, but also brought a sense of happiness she hadn't felt in years. So here's my question for you. What's one small thing you can do today to bring more happiness into your life? Is it calling a friend, baking your favorite treat, or taking a stroll through your favorite spot? Share your answer in the comments, and let's build a community where joy is contagious. Remember, the secret to staying young isn't about looking younger. It's about feeling alive. Start today. It's never too late to change your life. How often have you thought, "I'm too old for that," or "that ship has sailed"? It's easy to fall into the trap of believing that change is only for the young. But let me share a truth with you. It's never too late to rewrite your story. No matter your age, you have the power to start fresh, pursue new dreams, and embrace a life filled with meaning and joy. Think about this. History is full of people who reinvented themselves later in life. Julia Child didn't publish her first cookbook until she was 50. Colonel Sanders started KFC in his 60s. Even now, there are countless stories of people finding new passions and purposes in their 70s and 80s. These individuals didn't let age define their potential, and neither should you. Consider Bob, a retired firefighter from Austin, Texas. At 65, Bob took up painting, something he had always admired but never tried. At first, he was hesitant, thinking he couldn't possibly be any good. But with practice, Bob discovered a hidden talent and now spends his weekends at local art fairs, sharing his creations and inspiring others to follow their passions. For Bob, it wasn't about becoming famous. It was about finding joy in something new. So, let me ask you, if you could start something new today, what would it be? Would you learn a new language? Write that book you've been dreaming of? Or finally take that road trip across the country? The only limits are the ones you set for yourself. Share your ideas in the comments, and let's inspire each other to take the leap. Remember, age is just a number. It's your willingness to embrace change that truly defines you. Your next adventure is waiting. Are you ready? Leaving a legacy of joy. As we journey through life, many of us start to wonder, what will I leave behind? A legacy isn't just about wealth or possessions. It's about the love, laughter, and memories you share with others. It's the way you make people feel and the values you pass on that truly define the mark you leave on the world. Think about this. What do you want your children, grandchildren, and friends to remember about you? Is it the warmth of your smile, the wisdom in your stories, or the kindness you show to others? These are the gifts that last longer than any material inheritance. They're the treasures that will be cherished for generations to come. Take Ellen, a retired nurse from Savannah, Georgia. Every Sunday, Ellen hosts a family dinner where 3 generations gather around her dining table. It's not just about the food. It's about the food. It's about the laughter, the shared stories, and the bonds being strengthened with each passing week. Ellen's legacy isn't written in a will. It's written in the hearts of her family members who will carry on those traditions. Creating a legacy of joy doesn't have to be grand. It can be as simple as writing a heartfelt letter to someone you love, teaching a grandchild how to bake your favorite recipe, or planting a tree in your garden that will grow for years to come. These small acts of love create ripples that touch countless lives. So, let me ask you, what legacy do you want to leave behind? Is it a tradition, a value, or even just a beautiful memory that makes someone smile? Share your thoughts in the comments and inspire others to think about the impact they want to make. Remember, the most meaningful legacies aren't written on paper. They're etched in the hearts of those we love. Start building yours today. Embracing gratitude, the key to fulfillment. When was the last time you truly paused to appreciate the beauty around you? In the rush of daily life, it's easy to focus on what's missing: health, opportunities, or moments that feel lost to time. But here's the transformative power of gratitude. It shifts your perspective from scarcity to abundance, reminding you of everything you still have. Gratitude doesn't have to be about grand gestures. It's in the small, quiet moments that make life beautiful. The warmth of sunlight on your face, the laughter of a loved one, or the comforting aroma of coffee in the morning. These are the treasures that often go unnoticed, but have the power to bring immense joy. By embracing gratitude, you invite peace and fulfillment into your life, even during challenging times. Take Henry, a retired postal worker from Minneapolis. After a difficult year of health challenges, Henry began keeping a gratitude journal. Each evening, he wrote down 3 things he was thankful for. At first, it was simple things: his favorite TV show or a good meal. But over time, he found himself noticing the beauty in his everyday life. The kindness of a neighbor, the sound of rain, or the memory of a happy moment. That simple practice changed Henry's outlook, filling his days with a sense of peace. Here's a thought. Before you even get out of bed tomorrow, think of 3 things you're grateful for. Let that feeling set the tone for your day. And as you move through your day, take a moment to pause and notice the small joys around you. So let me ask you, what are you grateful for today? Is it a person, a memory, or simply the gift of another day? Share your answer in the comments. And let's inspire each other to see life through the lens of gratitude. Remember, the more you practice gratitude, the richer your life becomes, because you're no longer counting what's missing, but cherishing what's already here. Start today. It's a gift waiting to be unwrapped. Finding peace through forgiveness. As the years pass, we often carry with us the weight of unresolved conflicts, regrets, and mistakes, both those of others and our own. These emotional burdens can feel heavier with time, casting a shadow over the joy and peace we deserve in our later years. But here's the liberating truth. Forgiveness is the key to freedom. It's not just a gift to others. It's a gift to yourself. Forgiveness doesn't mean forgetting or excusing what happened. It means choosing to let go of the pain and anger that keeps you tethered to the past. By forgiving, you're not condoning someone's actions. You're reclaiming your peace. And sometimes, the hardest person to forgive is yourself. We've all made decisions we wish we could take back, words we wish we hadn't said, or chances we regret not taking. But holding on to those regrets only robs you of the joy in the present. Consider Diane, a retired business owner from San Diego. For years, Diane carried guilt over a falling out with her sister. The estrangement haunted her, but she didn't know how to mend the rift. Finally, she wrote a heartfelt letter, expressing her regrets and her hope to reconnect. To her surprise, her sister responded with equal warmth. That simple act of forgiveness not only restored their relationship, but also brought Diane a sense of peace she hadn't felt in years. Think about this. What are you still holding on to that's weighing you down? Is it an old argument, a mistake, or even an unkind word spoken in haste? Imagine how freeing it would feel to let that go. Forgiveness doesn't erase the past, but it transforms the future. It's a way of saying, I choose peace over pain. Let me ask you, Who or what do you need to forgive to bring more peace into your life? Is it a person, a situation, or even yourself? Share your thoughts in the comments and let's encourage each other to embrace the lightness that comes with letting go. Remember, forgiveness isn't for the benefit of others. It's the path to your own inner peace. Start today and open the door to a brighter, freer tomorrow. Embracing a life of purpose. As you step into this season of life, you may wonder if your best years are behind you. But let me tell you something powerful. Your age doesn't define your purpose. Your mindset does. Purpose isn't something you outgrow or leave behind when you retire. It's something you refine, rediscover, and embrace at every stage of life. Purpose is what gets you out of bed in the morning. It's what makes each day feel meaningful and worthwhile. For some, it might be found in relationships, spending time with loved ones, nurturing connections with family and friends. For others, it's about giving back, mentoring younger generations, volunteering for a cause, or sharing your wisdom with your community. And for many, purpose is about exploring passions that were set aside during busier years. Whether it's painting, gardening, writing, or traveling to places you've always dreamed of. Take Carol, a retired school principal from Boston. After years of leading classrooms, she found a new calling in tutoring children at her local library. What began as a few hours a week turned into a full schedule of helping kids not just learn to read, but to love it. Carol often says, "I may have left the school building, but I'll never stop teaching." Her purpose brings her joy and makes a lasting impact on those she helps. Here's something to think about. What excites you? What gives you a sense of accomplishment? What legacy do you want to leave behind? Purpose doesn't have to be grand or earth-shattering. It can be as simple as planting a tree, creating something beautiful, or sharing your story to inspire others. So, let me ask you, what's one step you can take today to live with greater purpose? Is it trying something new, rekindling an old passion, or spending more intentional time with the people you love? Share your thoughts in the comments and inspire others to do the same. Remember, living with purpose isn't about doing more. It's about being true to yourself and making every moment count. The beauty of slow living. In a world that's always in a rush, there's something extraordinary about slowing down. As we age, life naturally begins to move at a gentler pace, and instead of resisting it, we can embrace it. Slow living is not about doing less. It's about doing what matters most. It's about savoring life's simple pleasures and finding joy in the present moment. Imagine starting your day with a quiet cup of tea by the window, watching the morning light spill across the room, or taking a leisurely walk through the park, stopping to notice the way the leaves rustle in the wind. These small moments, often overlooked in the busyness of life, are the heart of slow living. They're reminders that life isn't measured by how much we do, but by how fully we experience it. Consider Jack and Susan, a couple from Portland who embraced slow living after years of hectic work schedules. They transformed their backyard into a small vegetable garden, spending their afternoons tending to the plants, chatting about their day, and enjoying the simple satisfaction of watching their garden grow. It became more than a hobby. It became a way of reconnecting with themselves and each other. Slow living is also about saying no to what drains you and yes to what nourishes you. It's about creating space for the things that truly bring you joy, whether that's reading a book, calling a friend, or simply sitting in the sunshine. By slowing down, you give yourself the gift of presence, which is often the greatest gift of all. So, let me ask you, what's one way you can embrace slow living today? Maybe it's taking a break from technology, cooking a meal from scratch, or sitting quietly and watching the world go by. Share your ideas in the comments, and let's inspire each other to savor life's simple, beautiful moments. Remember, life isn't a race. It's a journey meant to be enjoyed, one peaceful step at a time. Thank you so much for spending your valuable time with us today. We hope this video has inspired you and given you new perspectives to fully embrace and enjoy every moment of life. If you found this content helpful, don't forget to like this video and share it with your friends and family so more people can benefit from these insights. And if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to our channel after 7080 so you don't miss out on more inspiring and valuable videos in the future. Stay tuned for our next video, and until then, live fully, love deeply, and cherish every day. Thank you again for being part of this amazing community.